Welcome to Books Without Borders. Today we're going to take a look at Joan Wallach Scott's text, The Politics of the Veil. The American historian Joan Wallach Scott is renowned for pioneering contributions to French history, women's and gender history, intellectual history, and feminist theory. As a result of her integration of history, philosophy, and gender theory, her work was influential beyond her own discipline. With her groundbreaking work, Scott has challenged the foundations of conventional historical practice, including the nature of historical evidence and historical experience, and the role of narrative in history writing, contributing to a radical transformation of intellectual history. Scott's recent books focus on gender and democratic politics, including the book we will be looking at today, The Politics of the Veil, written in 1997. Since 2004, public schools have been prohibited from wearing signs of religious affiliation. Despite the ban being applicable to everyone, it is aimed at Muslim girls wearing headscarves. Advocates of the law maintain it upholds France's values of secular liberalism and views the headscarf as a symbol of Islam's resistance to modernity. The view is explosively refuted in The Politics of the Veil, a book that explores important implications for us all. The law, according to Joan Wallach Scott, is symptomatic of France's failure to integrate its former colonial subjects as full citizens. The author examines both the long history of racism that underlies the law, as well as the ideological barriers that prevented Muslim assimilation. According to Scott, the debate is rooted in conflicting views about sexuality. How French supporters of the ban view sexual openness as a sign of normality, emancipation, and individuality, and how Muslims cannot become fully French because of the sexual modesty implicit in the headscarf. Instead of reconciling religious and ethnic differences, Scott contends that the law only worsens them. As a result, the insistence on homogeneity is no longer feasible for France, or the West as a whole, and creates the very clash of civilizations that is at the heart of these tensions. An integral part of The Politics of the Veil is an emphasis on embracing diversity instead of suppressing it, as the path to social harmony lies in finding common ground among differences. Throughout the book, you will gain a clear and insightful understanding of the reasoning behind the Muslim ban in public schools in France. Despite the controversy surrounding the headscarf veil affair in France, I found this book to provide a clear and detailed explanation of its roots and causes. In addition to examining the colonial history of France, the author also discusses the entrenched racism against Muslims, Arabs, and North Africans, often grouped together, which contributed to the controversial veil ban. It is interesting to note that the children of Iranian immigrants to France viewed the hijab either as a means of rebelling against their parents or as a way of building their own identity as bilingual, first-generation immigrants. It is also common for the parents to oppose this practice because Iranian law associates the hijab with compulsion. This is a complex situation, and how rarely are all of these factors considered in the discourse surrounding the hijab, Islam, and women's rights. On a whole, I enjoyed this book, and there were a few very good arguments presented, but I felt Scott could have elaborated a little more on some of the ideas, but that's just my opinion. If you've liked this review, please check out our channel and subscribe. You can find many more reviews like this one on our channel from a number of different titles. Thank you for watching.